everyone? Paul Chamberlain, the Air Force guy, coming to you from Beckley's Camping Center today. We got a great video for you. We're going to go ahead and compare for you the Tab 320S with the Minimax by Little Guy. So we're going to go ahead and show you New Camp versus Little Guy, kind of give you a preview of the two. You know, people are going to lean one way or another due to their particular circumstances. But for more information on these campers or any others, be sure if you call, if you email, or if you stop by, you ask for Paul, the Air Force guy. And boy, I'll tell you what, I appreciate all of you recently that have been reaching out to me and that have stopped by and seen me. So let's get on to what the comparison is. So the first thing you're going to notice when you're looking on the outside, you're going to notice that the tab is a little bit shorter. It's also not as tall as the little guy Minimax. You're not going to be having the weight. The weight is going to be a couple 100 pounds lighter. Okay, so let's discuss a little bit about the differences. You know, you're looking at a dry weight on the Tab 320S, and that's we're looking at the S model. That's going to be about 1,800 pounds dry weight, and it's going to have a gross vehicle weight rating of about 2,800 pounds. When you're looking at the Minimax, you're going to come in just under 2,000 pounds dry weight, and you're going to have a gross vehicle weight rating of about 2,900 pounds. Tongue weights will be a little bit different. Tongue weight on your Tab 320 is going to be closer to 200, maybe a little bit over 200 pounds. And on the Minimax, it's going to be a little over 300 pounds, probably about 330 or so, 325, 330. So those could be some things determining factors for what type of vehicle you are necessarily towing with. Overall length, you're looking at like 15 foot 1 inch on the Tab 320, 17 feet 2 inches on the Minimax. Overall height of the units, you're looking at the height on the Tab 320 as 7 foot 5 inches versus on the Minimax 8 foot 6 inches. Overall width, you're looking at 6 foot 5 inches on the Tab 320 versus the Minimax at 6 foot 9 inches. Now your interior height, this is where it's going to change a little bit. Interior height on the Tab 320 is just going to be shy of 5 foot 8 on the Tab 320, and you're at 6 foot in the Minimax. A little bit more area to walk around, obviously because it's 2 feet longer. Now let's talk about the holding tanks. Freshwater tank on your Tab 320 is 11 gallons versus 20 gallons on the Minimax. Gray water is 19 on the Tab versus 14 on the Minimax, and the black water is 8 gallons on the Tab 320 versus 9 gallons on the Minimax. Now I will have all these specifications down below. Something else you may want to consider is the road clearance that you have. The Tab 320, at the rear tire, you're going to be right around 6 inches clearance, whereas on the Minimax, you're going to be about 13 at the rearmost point, which would be your hitch receiver. You're at 11.5 inches at the spare tire, which is forward of that. Now you can get on the Minimax an off-road package, which is going to raise that another 3 inches if you need that additional road clearance. You do not need to use the special tires. You can keep the same tires. As of right now, you do have the Outback, or the Boondock edition on the Tab 320, and that will give you additional clearance. And the other thing is too, is you don't have the spare tire down below, so that's going to give you dramatically more clearance than the regular Tab 320. Okay, so now we're looking at the outside. So this is the Tab 320, and I have it right in front of the Minimax. So as you can see, the height and the length difference, a little bit different. Now let's talk about the outside of this. Now, so when you're getting on the Tab 320, if you're getting the inside kitchen, you can always tell an inside kitchen versus an outside kitchen. And that's because you can see the colored trim along the edges versus ones that if you did not, if you had the outside kitchen, then you would have that style of look. So let's talk about this. So nice thing with what the Tab 320 does, you see these handles on the back. They also have the handles on the front. So if you need to pull these things around, they're light enough for you to do so. And of course, you see the rock guard, your LP station, and so forth. On this side, this is where you'll dump your tanks. All very convenient. Your water hookup, your water fill. Of course, you could connect an antenna to this or cable. Have an outside shower for this as well. Now, of course, and I'll get into in a little bit, but the Tab 320s, they have the Aldi system versus the standard type heating and water heating system in the Minimax. But that's the outside of the Tab 320. Now, you do have an option to put solar panels on the roof of one of these, so that is an option. It is not on this particular one. And then of course you can see this is what I was talking about as far as the clearance on the back here. So that's that clearance. Now if you had the Boondock edition, it is going to go up here on the back on the roof side of the Tab 320. If you have the inside kitchen. If you have the outside kitchen, then that is going to go up in front, up underneath your LP bottle. So that is your Tab 320. Now let's take a look at the Minimax. So you see the Minimax, kind of looking at the same thing up in the front here. You're going to have storage for your LP and your battery, rock guard here. They also going to have for your sewer hose, they got a nice little place to place your sewer hose right up there. And then of course your sewer hose dump is right here on the side. Now down this side, nice thing they do is they put a nice little light up top here, so that way they're in the event that you get to a campground and it is dark, you can at least see what you're doing over here. So this is where you're going to have all your connections. This will be your water heater. It's going to be your water hookup, water tank fill, water for your cable or for your antenna. All that is right here. Now both of these are going to have the 4 stabilizer jacks. Now on this particular model on the Max, we do have the one solar panel, but now with the Minimax you do have the option to get, as you can see up on the top there, that is the Furrion rear observation camera. It's already wired and framed for it. Now it just needs to be installed. Now on the Minimax, you're also going to have on the back side here is a little hitch receiver. So if you want to put a little, maybe a generator or something back in the back, you're able to do that. Now on this side, you can see in the back door there, that's going to be your storage. So that's going to be a nice little storage area. Down below that, you can see that's where you're going to have your LP connection. You have outside stereo speakers. Now on the Minimax, if you wish to put a TV out here, it comes with a 12-volt TV on the inside, but you'd have to put another TV, 110 TV on the outside here. Now they also do come with a lighted handle, grab handle here, and a nice big LED light up on top. Now you can also get an off-road package which would raise this up considerably. Now I didn't show you, let me go back in the back here, show you the clearance that you'd have on this particular one. This is the standard one. So there you go. You kind of see what clearance you have. Say it's 11.5 inches at that tire, 13 inches at the back. So let's start looking on the inside. So on your Tab 320, what you're going to have is this nice little U-shaped dinette. Now, when you have the inside kitchen, like I say, this is where you're going to be able to go ahead and make this a larger bed. It's going to be 72 inches going from front to back and 70 inches wide. Kind of gives you the ability to lay front to back so that you're not climbing over each other. Now this table, the cool thing about this table is that you can lift it up higher. You have a connection point where you can swivel it, but you can also take this outside and then the slats would go right in between here to make the bed. Some people are just taking the back part of that and laying it down and using the bed side to side. Just depends on what you like. Now let's take a look at how the dinette is set up in the Minimax. So the tab 320 we just looked at. Now this is in the Minimax. So what you're able to do on this particular one is that table, you can lower it, you can raise it, and you can also keep it so you make it so it swivels if you want. But you can have a twin beds on either side, and that would give you 70 inches front to back, 24 side to side. Or if you wanted to, that back cushion back here, if you wanted just to have one twin bed, that would give you something that was 76 inches in length, 26 inches across. Or your third option is you put the table down, the slats come out from that, and you can be able to see that in one of my other videos. And that will make a bed that is 70 by 76, which is about an RV queen size. So that is the dinette here in the Minimax. So let's talk about your kitchens. So this, you're going to have you have your refrigerator. On this particular one, it is a 3-way refrigerator. Okay. You know, like I say, I'm going to have all the specs on this down below. And of course the controls for that are right here. So you're able to have a 3-way refrigerator. You're going to have your 2-burner cooktop. I think these will be very comparable. Of course you have your sink there. And of course above that you're going to have more cabinet space. You're going to have a little charging station back underneath there. AM/FM CD stereo with the DVD player. And there's nice speakers in here. Storage up above. So you're going to have storage on both sides of these here. Okay. As well as storage down below. Now this has a nice little cutting board, and it has tab right into it, and then storage down below that. So this is the kitchen area in your tab 320. Also your tank. That's where you'll check your battery, fresh tank, gray and black, and turn your water pump on in this particular one. Now taking a look at the Minimax kitchen, you're going to get a microwave. Of course you have the connection, the 110 outlet. You're going to have the same, pretty much the same 2-burner cooktop here, as you can see. And then of course you have the high-rise faucet with the sink. Nice little deep sink here. And of course the cutting board. And of course you have storage up above on either side, little coming across. And then speakers, your stereo speakers. There's a nice light. Little place here for you to put your sponges and so forth. Nice little drawer. This could be your little silverware drawer. You can take this tray out if you wish to and use it as a regular drawer. You have storage up underneath here. Some good storage. And then they also go ahead and give you, underneath the microwave here, they give you a nice drawer there, as well as under the toe kick there, they give you another drawer. So this is the kitchen in the Minimax. Next thing you have is your refrigerator here in the Minimax. Now this is going to be a fridge freezer. It's going to be a 3-way. This is a Norcold. You have a little crisper down below. As you can see, nice little shelf there. This also comes with a freezer, and in the freezer, look at that, they even give you an ice maker. Make little cute little ice cubes there. But this is a 3-way refrigerator by Norcold, and that is here in the Minimax. So here's your looking at your TV. Now this is going to be a 12-volt TV. It's going to go ahead and be able to pick up cable. If you want to hook an antenna to the back on the outside, then you're able to watch local TV. You can see you have a standard window size AC in here. Nice thing about those is they use very little electricity. So if you're plugging even into a 15 amp outlet, you can use that. Just set your refrigerator on propane and you'll be good to go. And that has a little AC fan switch. People might want to ask about this, but this AC fan switch, what that does is that is the exhaust fan for that AC, because it is right up top to ensure that it gets to the outside. Now this is going to be your Aldi system here, and of course you turn it on. I'm not hooked up to any power or anything, But that is the Aldi system, which would do your heat as well as your water heater. Nice little system there that they have. Okay, so this is the Minimax. We have the TV. Of course, you're going to have, this is going to be a 12-volt TV. It's going to work, again, cable from the outside if you want to plug in an antenna on the outside, or you have your stereo system over here, which is an AM/FM CD stereo with a DVD player. That's right there. And of course, that is, both of them, they have Bluetooth stereo. This particular one, you're going to have inside and outside speakers. And then, of course, you have a Dometic thermostat there. That's going to be for your heater, which is going to be, your heat is going to be propane using 12-volt fan. And then, of course, your air conditioner, which is on the roof, which is 13.5, going to be more than enough to cool down this small camper. Now, on this particular model, we do have the solar panel, and that is something that is available on the Tab 320 as well. Now let's talk to you about the bathroom. So this particular bathroom, what you're going to have is, of course, you have your toilet. You're going to have a nice little holder for your toilet paper holder, and then, of course, you do have a little port window in here, which is nice, and you can have private or not. It has a mirror, and of course a light. So it all drains right into here. And then, of course, you have access back here. That would be to your water pump. So that is in here. Now, for steam, in the event that you wanted to go ahead and you know, get some steam, if you're steaming it up a little bit, you do have the vent up above here. And what you do is just open a window, and that'll pull air through, and that'll ventilate your camper quite nicely. So that is in the Tab 320. Now, in your Minimax, you're going to notice the door is going to be a little bit wider. You come in, it unlocks. Now, what they do in the, you have a little bit more height in here, but you're going to have, of course, the adjustable shower head. And, of course, take a look at the little bag that they put on the wall there, so you can put some of your, you know, shampoos, razors, things of that nature. And then, of course, you can see you have your toilet paper holder, as well as a toilet in here. Now, the other thing you're going to notice different is the walls in these. Okay, they're using a little bit different wall system, and it's going to be a little bit bigger for you. So if that is something that is needed for you, this is an option for you. Now, I know that there are people that are talking about these glass doors being an issue, and if you take a look at some of the Facebook pages, you'll see how they can decorate them quite nicely, and they really are not an issue like some people might think they are. Now, this one does have a power vent fan out here, so it's out here as well, and again, you can still open windows. Now, one advantage you have on the Minimax is the fact that the window on the door is able to go ahead and open up, and you have the screen to pull down, or you have the blinding shade there. On your Minimax, the controls for your water heater are here, your water pump, interior lights, porch, and handle. And then, of course, you have your systems monitor. The only issue with the systems monitor on the Little Guy Max and the Minimax is the fact that since they use a 20-pound tank, they cannot register that tank. It's something with the pressure. But this is where everything is set up for you here. So as we talked about earlier, you're able to take the table from the inside on this Tab 320 and set it out here. And then the other thing they have is access that you can get to for underneath the bench. You can get to your storage up underneath here, or you can reach for it on the inside. Now, you do have a 110 outlet right next to that door as well. And then, of course, you can see the window. It's another port window that is right here in the door. And, of course, you have a little privacy. You can make it private. So this is storage in the Minimax. You can see it's well lit. You got a little light switch right here on the inside. It doesn't go all the way through, but it is good storage. You can get to it from the inside if needed. And of course, also notice that the door is being held up by a magnet. It makes it quite nice. So let's talk about the additional storage on the interior of the Tab 320. Of course, you're going to have above each window, as you can see right there, and over there you got little pockets to put some things. You're also going to have these 3 of these cabinets, and these cabinets, nice thing with that is the doors are held up. And then down below there, as you can see, when you lay the bed down, now you're going to have storage back underneath the sofa here, but you also have storage here as well as under here. So you got nice little nooks and crannies, and then on either side you can see you have a charging station there and 110 over here. Of course, you have the reading lights back in the back, and then of course your stereo speakers. Something I failed to show you earlier was the storage under here, which is your refrigerator. So you got nice little storage there. And then of course you have access to underneath your dinette booth here. This is where you'll keep your slats. And that's where that is, unless you just keep your bed made at all times. So let's check out the storage on the inside of the Minimax. So above each window you're going to have little cubbies as well. So on that side, and then of course over here. Now, underneath this dinette booth, you really don't have storage, but that's where you have access to your water heater and water pump and so forth. But over on this side, you do have access to little storage. And then if you lift this cushion, then you can have access to, there's a little bit more storage under there. Of course, you have your heat duct back there. You have a charging station. And of course, you can see the little handle there that pulls out the slats for the bed when the table is down. Underneath your refrigerator, you have another little cubby area there. I already showed you the storage in the kitchen area, but then this is also a little storage, little pantry, or if you want to put clothes in here, you can do that as well. And then there's one more little storage area, and that is right here. So that is all the storage in the Minimax. Now, of course, I talked to you about the screen door, and of course, this is the screen door. Same thing that you have. Nice thing is, of course, your padded headrest there, so if you're a little bit taller, you're not hitting your head on something sharp or hard as you go out the door. So one of the other noticeable things, difference is going to be the windows on these. Whereas the windows in the Tab 320 are clear, and the ones on the Minimax are tinted. Now again, pluses and minuses with things there. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The comparison of the Tab 320 and the Minimax. So we're talking new camp versus little guy. Both have their pluses and minuses. They're great campers. It's just a matter of which one is going to fit your particular needs best. I appreciate you watching. Love the thumbs up. Enjoying the comments coming across. And I tell you, thank you for all of you all that are showing up, calling, emailing, and contacting me for me to show you around. I really do appreciate that. Stay tuned. I got a lot more coming. Check out the rest of my channel. I have how-to videos. I have vlogs I'm doing on Sundays, kind of going through things. If there's a particular topic that you would like me to cover on one of my vlogs, or if there's a particular product that we carry that you'd like me to review for you, by all means, reach out to me and I'll see what I can do for you. But thanks again, and we'll be coming back, not that I can see you, but we'll be coming back at you again shortly. Take care.